Guys, welcome to another game. This time we have Core playing as the Ayyubids against his opponent playing as the Malians in the color pink. It is the one and only Beastie Cutie. Welcome everybody to another game. This is an interesting match. I will say Ayyubids have a very good advantage against Malians just because of the timings. The timings are just really good. Now, you really want to put some pressure into the Malians very early on. It's like you don't like some people like to go for a Dark Age rush here and you cause some damage. You could do that, but looks like Core is not gonna do that this time. And if there is like a lot of pressure here, you may force the Malians to go for the other landmark. What was the name? The Sultanate Saharan Trade Network. There you go. Saharan Trade Network, which it's really cool, to be honest. It's really cool. We just saw it in a match with Valdemar against Myriad. It's a show match. It's on the channel. Go check it out if you want. It's a best of 7. And it is a really cool landmark that we don't see very often, especially because you unlock those javelin emplacements that you can put in other outposts, which it's pretty cool in my opinion. But obviously you will sacrifice a lot of gold per minute that comes from the Mansa Quarry. And every time I see the Mansa Quarry, it just gives me chills. Like it's like I spent so much on that landmark that is just really like I know everything about it. Like you have no idea. I know everything. And if we're gonna if we see the Mansa Quarry here, I'm just gonna show you exactly what I see, because it was a work of, I mean, it was several months, but at the same time I didn't work on it like long periods of time. If I had to count the time on how much time I spent on it, maybe something like 2 weeks of full-time work. So I got a little bit burned out after that one, and I didn't want to touch 3D for a while. So I still stand by my choice of not making another landmark in Unreal Engine 5. I was thinking like maybe the English Keep looks really cool. Has a really cool design, to be honest. And I'm really good with those stuff because at Ubisoft I used to do that quite a lot. I work a lot on like fortresses and castles and towers for the game I worked on. So yeah, it's just really like second nature to me to do this kind of stuff. But anyway, we're not gonna see the military wing for Core. It's just gonna be the economic wing growth, which a lot of people have been using it these days because the military wing got nerfed. Now you get the first Desert Raider later, so it's not like instantly. And a lot of people are opting to, you know what, I'm just gonna have 3 extra villagers and I'm gonna be having a good time. Now usually Ayyubids will want to go to the Castle Age. That remains to be seen. It will depend greatly if he wants to put an outpost here just to be super sure, or if he just builds some military units just to harass and whatnot, force, you know, maybe Core wants to force Beastie to create some units. Now, Beastie doesn't have any gold vein really close to you. The next one is here, to the edge of the map. The second one is here, to the other edge of the map. So, not the best map to play Malians. That's for sure. It's quite an uncomfortable layout, to be honest. Especially for saves that require a lot of planning. It's just not enough space. Like if you play China, farm transition here is just like it's a nightmare, to say the least. Anyway, Mansa Quarry already here. Like, look at, I know all the elements because I kind of like split the elements into like the bottom, the top, the wood planks, the ropes, the flags. That's the way I like to do it. Like I split into different parts. Like today I'm gonna work on the bottom, today I'm gonna work on the top, today I'm gonna work on the wood planks, then I'm gonna work on the flags and whatsoever. It ended up being really nicely. But like I said, I got a little bit burnout. Looks like Beastie gonna go for javelin throwers. Core is going for some archers and horsemen. Now, Core is a very wild guy. You never know what to expect from this guy. He likes to do all-ins by a lot. Like he's wild. That's the best way to put it. It's a wild guy. Has a wild mind. And BC already getting ready with some spearman and javelin throwers. Now javelin throwers will do very good against archers, just because they have the extra range armor. So let's see if Core really wants to commit to this feudal age. He does have a lot of villagers on gold. Makes me think like he wanna go castle as well. But he doesn't have many on foot. Maybe it's just for the upgrades, you know. Maybe it's just for the upgrades. It's like Core already arriving into the base. Beastie should be having military soon around this speed mine. Gonna be having the blacksmith as well. Meanwhile, Beastie a little bit ahead on the economic when it comes to the economy. Has some upgrades going on for him. He's obviously 3 villagers behind because of the age up. But overall, he's getting all the eco upgrades really fast. That's something like he likes to do a lot. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna stay here a long time. I might as well get the upgrades right away. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be wasting my my potential in the feudal age. Like, if you don't want any upgrade, probably is because you want to go for that, you know, for that castle age, and you don't want to spend too much time. I guess Beastie just wants to check if he's aging up or not, and Core just didn't let him. And that's the thing, you don't know, and you don't know what to expect. Beastie doesn't know if Core is gonna age up, is he's building more units. Is he's aging up? Look at this. Core just going right into the center of the map. Right into the middle just to grab some berry bushes here. Very, very wild indeed. Very, very wild. He likes to do a lot of all-in kind of stuff. You can already tell. Like, and usually at this point in the game you may be seeing the Ayyubids going for castle. But looks like Core is just faking the aggression. It's like, you know what? I just have a few units here. I killed the scout, so he doesn't know if I'm aging up or not. Now, Malians can do very good against fast castle age ships, just because they have access to all the units that you need. Like, if your opponent is going man-at-arms, you have Musafari warriors. If your opponent is going, like, lancers, knights, you have spearmen. Like, you just have everything, you know. You shouldn't be afraid of your opponent going castle. Looks like I already hit that bottom. It's gonna be the culture wing advancement. It's gonna be rushing it a little bit. Very, very fast age up. Forcing a little bit of idle time here and there. Meanwhile, Beastie already there with a cow boom. Have 3 cattle ranches. And Beastie doesn't know that Core is not building more units. Like, he doesn't know he's aging up. Let's take a look at his vision. He doesn't know he's aging up. So he don't know when to stop making units. He can have a feeling of how many units are here. Like, you know, like if you see 4 horsemen running around your base and the next minute you still see 4 horsemen, you may have a feeling like this guy's just not building more units, right? This guy's just not gonna fight in the feudal age. This guy may be aging up. Beastie smells this. He's already going there before Core gets all the upgrades. He's gonna get all the upgrades soon. Age up already there for Core. And now Beastie. It's gonna be on the offensive side a little bit. Probably gonna be denying the golds for now. At the same time, what will Core will do? Already upgrading those archers into veteran. And Beastie just wants to deny the gold. He does have the javelin throwers. So They are very, very good units against this, especially when they're not upgraded. Javelin towers will just melt these archers. Look at this. All the range armor that they have, 4 range armor, pretty much guarantees that these guys only do 1 damage each. So they just won't do enough. Now BC throws core off the gold. He needs to go for another gold vein. Remember, his gold also very far away. So I guess he will just go to the other side of the map. He did get the upgrade, so he can potentially just build archers. But archers don't do very well against javelin throwers. Like they just don't have a good time. At the same time, BC are already there with plenty of cows. Still building some units, just in case. Now that he throw core off the gold, maybe pulling back for now. You don't really want to stay too far away from your base with the Malian. It's a very defensive civilization until you reach the Escalation. You can already tell food economy looking really good for BC. Setting up the second pit mine as well. At the same time, core going for those archers. Potentially gonna scout. He misses a potential opportunity to go to the other gold vein to just kill those archers. There's no defenses there. And javelin towers will just do very good here against those archers. Obviously, core is just gonna trade here. You know what? Those are spearmen. I'm not afraid of a spearman. I have 8 damage now. They do 4 damage each one of them. So it does make a big difference between veteran archers and normal archers. Looks like Beastie found the other gold vein, but it's too late. He's already back to the previous one. Villagers running away with the gold in their backs. And of course, just gonna waste these archers. Just gonna trade some units while he can. Like, we're talking about veteran units against feudal age units, so can take a trade any time of the day. More archers coming soon for core. We're gonna be seeing the classic camel lancers, most likely because archers do very good against Malian in general, except javelin throwers. Because if you go Musafari warriors, you have very low armor, and if you want to go lancers, Malians can go for spearmen. So it's not a good thing for you. Core is sniping quite a lot of villagers here. 5 villagers went down in a blink of an eye. Meanwhile, Grand Funlani Coral ready to age up next to the town center to buff all that food economy. And Malians, it's about to explode now. Core doesn't really have like a deadly army. It's only archers, you know. Like, there's so much you can do with archers. And you may want to mix those camels soon, especially because you already have the stable. Camel lancers are obviously a very, very good unit for harassing, for doing a lot of stuff. Couple of Donzos against this archer. I guess the Donzo will win here. Or going for another raid, taking down more villagers. Now villagers, while Beastie has been losing quite a lot of villagers, he doesn't really... Like, it's not a big deal because he does have the cows. And this is better than a second town center, at least in the short term. In the short term, food economy for Beastie is gonna be blossoming now. Quite a lot of food economy coming soon for him, as well as the gold with a... and potentially put a 3rd pit mine now. It's gonna be having a great time. Well, core is just building only archers against Malians. It looks like a very funny strat. Very, very funny. Like, you will expect him to go like more premium units. He's not. He's gonna build a monastery, a mosque, to start gathering those relics. And in the good old fashion, he's just gonna ignore the relics. And you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Mangonel already there, and looks like he's gonna get a decent shot. Gets a very decent shot actually against those javelin throwers. And it's just gonna be massing archers at this point. He already have all the blacksmith upgrades. This is very, very interesting. Did this archer make use of this? Look at the javelin throwers. So much damage against those mangonels. Actually, this can be legit. Like, this can actually work very well for you. Look at these archers pushing through with the mangonel. Slow but steady. Getting all the blacksmith upgrades. It's getting quite some value here, but mangonel is not really quite there. Doesn't get a decent shot. And unfortunately, Core it's just gonna lose the mangonel now. And it's just with mass archers, and Beast is like, don't mind me if you do. Like, if you go just mass archers, I just go javelin throwers, and there's no way you can push this. Well played by these two guys. Hope you enjoyed this match, and I will see you in the next one.